So, today's video is going to be very short, because I've got a lot of things to do. It's done. The first is the right shin to the armor. Like I said in the previous video, I'm going to start printing the other pieces instead of going straight for the back, just because of the amount of filament that it's going to require, and right now I'm running short of funds. I just finally got the dates for South by Southwest's Gaming Expo. Unfortunately, it does not look like I will be able to make it. It's going to take about another $120 to $140 to complete the rest of to print out the rest of the pieces for the filament that I need. So unfortunately, due to job, poor shitty pay, and everything else, I'm not going to be able to finish the armor by then. Hopefully I will be able to finish the armor by RTX, but definitely not by South by Southwest. I still may go to South by Southwest, but then again, that ticket money could also pay for some filament. So this particular piece, I love it. Now, I love the helmet and everything else. It's awesome, it's amazing, and I can't wait to finish it, but that's kind of the thing. It's not finished. There still needs to be... The visor is going to be one of the last things that I have to complete, and that's going to take some time. Even the chest plate down here. Last video I was wearing it when I showed it off, so you couldn't see it up close, but here is the chest piece. I had these straps just so I could test it. These are not how I'm actually going to hold it to my body. But yeah, still needs some sanding and everything else. Turned out really well though. I'm proud of it. I love it. I'm not gonna print the back yet. That's gonna be one of the last things I do, just because of the amount of time it's gonna take. But like as I was saying, I love the helmet. I love the chest plate. They're so awesome. But this is all. But these don't. They're incomplete and they don't really feel like armor yet. This is the first piece that actually feels like armor. Like, look how big this thing is. Oh shit. Like, this thing is massive. Like, comparatively to my leg. Ooh. My room's a mess. Hold on. Ooh. Not bad. I should really think these things through before I start filming. But yeah. So, this is the leg. So if I pull my leg up here, that's huge. So this is the front, this is the back. This is where this would go here, and then the knee cap would go here. So yeah. Oop, sorry. So yeah. Look how big those calves are. Like, those calves are huge. I'm gonna have thunder calves in this thing. So yeah, it's just so cool. Like, this is the first actual piece of the armor that actually feels like armor, because I don't need to do anything more to it. Well, actually, that's a lie, because me and my infinite wisdom forgot to think about how I was gonna get it on my foot. My leg does fit into it, but my foot doesn't fit through the ending. It just fits just barely. Like, there's that little lip right here inside, you can see it. Because of this, my leg can't fit through, my heel can't fit through the hole. Otherwise I would be able to put my leg all the way through. So unfortunately, I'm going to figure out how to cut this, and I think I already have an idea. I already have an idea on how I'm going to do this. So I'm going to cut the back here. So, would you stand still? So I'm going to cut the back here, around out. So, and then I'll have this, I'm either going to use this to hold it in place. Like, I only need this piece to go. As soon as this piece goes, then I can fit my foot inside of it and slide it in and out easily. So, this piece, so cutting along here on this edge, because there's kind of like a pseudo edge here. I'm going to cut from along this edge and around, and this small piece is going to come off. Now, how what I'm going to do At first I was going to do magnets to put it back into place. But then I thought, I don't really want to have to keep... It's another piece to keep track of. The less pieces I have to keep track of, and I'd rather keep them together. So I'm going to use the elastic material that's on this. So something like this, I'm going to do a band inside so that this can stretch out with my leg in it. So it will... so when I put my foot through it, it'll stretch, and then it'll, the elastic will pull it back into place. Especially if I want to, when I'm posing and stuff for like pictures and everything else. If I have to bend my heel at all, it'll give me a little bit more room on my heel to be able to bend inside the armor. So it will have its advantage. I'm just gonna have to be very careful when I cut it out. I'll cut it out before I paint this. So then that way, and then I'll paint it. Then I'll paint it separately and then put it in place. It's so stringy. There's so much stringing that happened in here. I used to modify my settings for my roof supports, and they actually came off this time. The reason why I don't like using roofs on my supports or floors is because they typically don't come off very easily with the way I guess with my printer settings. So I modified the settings because I didn't want to have as much cleanup, and it turned out to be in my favor. So I don't have the supports. I got nice clean removals of the supports. Like I said, all in all, it turned out very well. There's definitely a hell of a lot of stringing inside of it, so I'm gonna have to shave the inside of the leg. Padding wise, not gonna need a lot of padding. Like I'm just gonna line like the inside of it with padding, like down here inside the heel, and then inside the calf. But not gonna require an excessive amount of padding. The fuck did I just turn on? So all in all, that turned out very well. I'm gonna start printing up the right side of the armor. I'm limited. This actually took 2 days. I thought it was gonna take less than 2 days, but it took 2 days. It took a little over 2 days. So I'm going to, due to the fact that I'm limited on filament, I have this wheel left, and I've used about I want to say almost a fourth of it for this. And I switched filaments. I switched it mid-print, so it printed to about here before I switched. So I'm definitely going to need to... I don't know how much more filament I'm going to have. If I work my way up on the right side, because this is the right leg, if I work my way up the right side, the next would be, of course, the thigh. Well, there's the knees and the thigh. So printing those out, that would take about another 2 days. And then I would work my way up and do the forearm, and then the biceps and shoulder. And then I would work my way down the other side, following the left bicep, shoulder, forearm, and then left leg. And then I would do the cod piece and the back plate last, because those will take considerable amount of time. The cod piece is actually going to take less time than the legs, but it's just how I'm choosing to work on it now, because I do want to keep, because I am live streaming these builds while I'm at work, so I do want people to be able to see the different things printing. Like, I don't want to keep printing the same thing over and over again. Because if say it takes 2 days to print, that's two live streams of basically the same piece printing. I'd rather have some more variety, and then work my way back. So I'll be printing with the forgot my place. So I'll be printing a different piece, and then one side of the armor, and then I'll go back down and print the other side. Just better for the live streams. Also, too, it lets me get a good feel for the size and scope of each piece, and figure out how to do a paint job in the meantime. figure out how I'm going to paint this, because I have yet to figure out how I'm going to paint this piece. I have a general idea, I just don't... It's gonna... I just going to have more thought into it, so... All in all, like I said, this is going to be a short video, it's not going to be much longer. So if you want, guys, to catch those streams, so the next piece I'll be doing... God, my throat. Still not over what I was over earlier this week. So the next piece that will be printing is the thigh. I'm gonna slice it first. Print out a sliver of it so I can get a good idea on how big it's gonna sit on my leg. And then I'll do the full print. It should take less than 2 days. I predicted when I sliced the G code, it predicted about 1 hour, 17 days, 1 day, 17 hours. So that should still be. Sometimes it takes a little bit less. Sometimes it takes a little longer. It just kind of depends. I'm gonna have to switch out the printer head. I don't know if you can tell, but I started to get some layer separations, as you can see. And that's because of the printer nozzle. I ran it from doing the chest plate to because I'm just using cheap nozzles. So, yeah, you can definitely see it there. Yeah. So, that'll take some filling and sanding, but check out my new webcam stand. I've upgraded from the stack of boxes and amps to clipping it onto my lamp. That was because that way I could have gotten the distance and I could actually show the full print. I'll change between the two depending on what I need it for. But yeah. So next thing will be the thigh. I'll print a slice to get a good scope for the scale, and then I'll start printing out the rest of it. I should be able to finish it with what filament I have left. I don't know if I have enough filament left over to do anything else, unfortunately. Coming up this week, so I'm not really going to be able to tell how much funds I'll have in order to actually finish, to actually see if I can get any more filament. Hopefully, I will have enough left over to get some filament. So I can keep printing, because I want to consistently be printing. I don't want to have too much downtime. I'm going to be working on... And this is kind of like a shameless plug, but I'm going to be creating a Patreon or crowdfunding, some sort of GoFundMe, whatever. Like I said, right now, I honestly don't make enough. I love making this stuff, and I want to do cosplay and stuff like that and everything else, but my job kind of sucks, so I'm going to be setting that. It won't be something that, like, oh, you just pay me money. Like, no, I will have things to offer. For 3D printing models that I'll be making for 3D printing. One of those models is going to be Gur. Gur's actually already available for free. You can download him. But all the models will be free regardless of whether you donate or not. I just like making stuff, giving out. For now, everything will be free. There will be some things that I might monetize, but like everything's gonna be free. Like so Gur's free. You can download Gur for free. Supporting me on my Patreon can also help make sure help me make more models that I can then release. So right now, so there's this. So there's Gur. This is just Gur's head, but there is. So you have Gur. Right now I'm working on Weebo from Flubber. Well, I already made Weebo from Flubber. I made it as a game asset. But I'm reworking the high res because I utilize geometry floats a lot when I do my modeling for my high res. So because it's just gonna get normal mapped down anyways, so I just use floats instead of like sculpting in detail or modeling in detail. So I just use that instead. But now that I want to make it to something that I can 3D print, like a cookie jar, which would be cool, which is kind of what I'm going for, or candy jar, it's a candy dish, because you can open up the lid and everything else. So I'm gonna rework it into that. It'd be a cool prop to have on the desk, and then of course you could just put stuff in it. It has a function, as form and function. Also, it's like a cool statue, but then it also, guess what? There's candy inside. So that's gonna be. I'm reworking that and actually modeling in what I modeling back in that detail, the one that I was using for floats. Modeling that in, getting it set up so I can print it out. I've already gotten most of it done. Pretty much got the bucket. It's just the surface detail. Like, I've already got everything. The scale for thickness and everything else for printing and size, so it can be fit together. It's meant to be fit together without screws. I would recommend glue to hold it together, but it is modeled so that you shouldn't need any of that to be able to piece it together. So it'll have all that, and that'll be one of the models I'm working on. I'll be releasing, and then I'm going to be making Ends of the Earth Keyblade, the full size version of it, for printing. So you'll be able to. So I'll be releasing that as well. I also have a custom design lightsaber. So custom design lightsaber, Ends of the Earth Keyblade, Weebo, just kind of running random things. If you guys have any suggestions of things that you'd like to see made for printing, keep in mind I am not a character artist. I am limited to what I could do. I could try and do a character if you guys really want it, but I'm not much of a character artist. I can't do hands and feet. I can do torsos and anatomy, like torsos, muscles, faces, feet, hands, terrible. Can't sculpt them to save my life. Robots, I can do robots. But yeah, so I'm getting fidgety right now. That's why I keep moving. So yeah, I'm gonna be setting that up sometime in the near future. It'd be awesome to get some support. And when I say in the near future, I plan on doing it like hopefully by the end of next week. I want to finish up Weepo and the sword. Get those done and then release those. That way I have something to put up there. But yeah, so when that comes, I'll probably the next video that I make, will have I'll provide more information on that. And like I said, the general idea is that you will be able to download any of the models for free. That's just the thing. Like you can download those for free. It doesn't like I'm not gonna monetize them. I'm not gonna make that like a reward tier. I'm still thinking of things that maybe I could do for reward tiers, but for now it's just help. Here's these models. Help me out if you want to. That's great. That's awesome. Whatever, because I love doing this work, and the biggest problem that comes with doing stuff like this is, of course, making a living on the side, and I would love to be one day where I can make my living doing this. So, like, making models and releasing them for free is kind of like my hand gesture to you guys, or anyone else. So, because like I'll be releasing models, just kind of the idea is that the funds would be going to like material costs and stuff like that, and living. But like I said, you will be getting something for your donation. You'll be, even if you don't donate, you get something. So you just want free shit, you get free shit. So you can find Gur on CG Trader. If you do look up for Gur, you search on CG Trader and then make sure you enable free in the search, like free shit in the search. Otherwise, it's just going to come up with anything that's worth $2 or more. It won't actually include free stuff unless you actually turn on that setting. So, but then you'll find Gur on CG Trader. When I get that Patreon stuff set up, I'll be adding the models there as well for download. So yeah, like I said, shortish video. So it's kind of all I'm talking about. So the next piece is going to be the thigh, and like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to keep watching these vlogs, I hope you guys enjoy these vlogs. have a bit anxiety issues myself. I'm not used to being in front of the camera. I'm not used to talking out loud. Like right now, it feels like I'm talking to myself. So I'm not used to this, and this is kind of like my outlet to try and get better at doing that. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Thanks for anyone who's watching. Yeah, so that's about it. Nothing more to think of. I think there's something I'm missing, but I can't think of it right now. So, I reprinted some pieces. So I got the nose piece. So, boom, fits there. This is actually one of the few pieces I didn't have to sand down the area for. I still have to do some more sanding for this. As you see, it doesn't quite want to fit up all the way, so I have to do a little more sanding on the side. But yeah, reprinted those pieces. I'm going to reprint Cortana's chip. Not the chip itself, but the chip holder, which is gone missing. It is somewhere. Yes, got it. So yeah, this is fine. I don't need to reprint this. I just need to sand it. This though, it's all chewed up down here. No bit of sanding is gonna save this, because it's completely lost its detail. So I'm gonna reprint this out. I'm still gonna do the modified chip, so the chip it's gonna modify it so that I can double it. So I'll thin it and then double it, and then I'll have the spot where I can embed the actual magnet inside of it. But that way I'll have the design on both sides of the chip. Everything. So hopefully this week I'll be actually working on painting and stuff, because I do want to get the ball rolling on that. So I do have the Bondo, so I'll need to do the Bondo on the visor, and then the painting. I'm gonna sand this down here some, because the little respirator tube things aren't quite fitting the way I want them to, so I need to do a little sanding for it. But yeah, that's about it. That's about my plan for everything right now. I'm gonna let the printer rest and start when I start the live stream tonight at around 10 o'clock. I will be printing. So I'll be printing the thigh. Like I said, let my printer rest. I'll need to change out the head first, the printing nozzle. I'll change this out and then get all that printed. And what the fuck is that? Oh, it's just plastic. Get that changed out. So, like I said, hope you guys enjoy the video. Talk to you later. I'll talk to you guys when the print is done. So that'll be next time. Hopefully I got everything figured out by then. Alright, later.